happening. So what I want to come to y'all today and talk about some very, very important. Season 2 of Luke Cage. So I want to get into this. Season 1, I'm pretty sure, what did I give it? I think I gave it a 10. And so is the sophomore curse, the sophomore jinx in play with Luke Cage? Marvel presents Luke Cage. They have had Daredevil, Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones came out, the sophomore jinx. Defenders was so Punisher was superb. Now Luke Cage. What is how's Luke Cage been? Let me quit procrastinating. It is superb. Let me get into it starts off. He has his father talking like he kind of starts the season off with like the narration and stuff. So his father is introduced in this season. And the season, like a theme of the season, is forgiveness and revenge and stuff. Like they have Bushmaster. He's the new villain that's introduced. And he's not Killmonger, but Bushmaster. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth as well. You Jamaican bomber clot. Luke Cage, you don't want none me. I've been talking Jamaican for like 2 days and watching this. But I love Bushmaster and his crew. They trying to come in and run things. But the reason why they are really coming through is because of the Stokes. The Stokes, that's Alfre Woodard and her family. And she was a congresswoman. She took over everything. So she's kind of running Harlem. She's the Don Dada of the hood and everything like that. She's the yin to Luke Cage's yang or whatever. But Bushmaster he wants to come for her. But when you come for her and you put Harlem in the middle of it, you got to deal with Luke Cage. So that's how Bushmaster and Luke Cage wind up having to butt heads. So that's some phenomenal fights. One thing I don't is like he's strong, but he's not as strong as Luke Cage. And is he impervious to things as unbreakable as Luke Cage? No, he's not. And like normal people can grab bats and pots and pans and shoot Luke Cage in the head, and it doesn't really do anything to him. But Bushmaster, he's strong. But I would think that a bullet and stuff like that, like a shotgun shot to the head, would be stronger than a super punch or whatever. So Bushmaster is strong, but I don't see how he still is able to hurt Luke Cage like he does. And that's like one of the only inconsistencies that I have, and one of my only issues. But other than that, it's great. Because they had I forgot the name of the bullet. But they had the bullet last season that could hurt Luke Cage, that could kill him. But they had to do that bath and stuff again. That wound up making him more indestructible. So Luke Cage is more indestructible this season. I don't know if he's necessarily stronger, because he be tearing ass up, but Bushmaster kind of puts it on him a little bit. But every time Bushmaster gets into like a big skirmish, like with a Luke Cage type character or something, he can't heal like Luke Cage. So after his skirmishes, like he might whoop on Luke Cage, but he's done for a while. And his powers, they come from an element called Nightshade. And so that's where he gets his powers from. And he's a bad man. But Alfre Woodard, Congresswoman Stokes, Black Mariah, she plays a great role this season. Like, she reminded me of her character from Holiday's Heart. So if you watch Holiday's Heart, you would kind of know what I'm talking about. But she reminds me of her. She reminds me of her on there. That's my people and stuff, like just passing through the hoods and stuff. But yeah, back to Alfre Woodard. Like Alfre Woodard, she acts her ass off on this season, man. She really does her thing, and she has a lot of things going on. Like she goes up and down, and Luke Cage has to battle with himself a lot, like with morality, because he has the power to do a lot of things, like take a lot of people down and stuff, but can he legally do it and stuff? And certain things he has to do, like if you do too much, does that make you a bad guy? And so he's like, he's kind of torn. But there were certain things that people didn't like about first season, like how they killed the main villain early, and they kind of elevated Black Mariah like prematurely in the season and stuff. So a lot of people didn't like that, but they kind of wrap a lot of things up, like bring it back to season 1 and make a little more sense about why she was so crazy and certain things that happened to her in her relationship with her daughter. Her daughter is introduced in this season. I would say spoiler alert, but you should already know from the previews that Misty Knight, she does get an arm. At the beginning of the season, Luke Cage is going through a lot of things with this woman, Rosario Dawson, night nurse. So she's on there for just a little while. I'm kind of glad that she's not on a majority of the season, because with her being gone, it kind of opens Luke Cage up to explore more of his consciousness. Like he doesn't have anybody in his ear the whole time, like you need to do this, you need to do that, and stuff like that. He has his father to a certain extent, but he has to forgive his father. His father and them, they have a very rocky relationship. So that's some things that he has to get past. But everybody in the season has things that they have to get past, they have to sacrifice, they have things that they have to deal with. They do it in a very great way, man. The writing on this season is superb. The action, the fight scenes, just a lot of things about it is phenomenal. I gave the first season a 10. This is way better than the first season. And this is by far the best out of all of those in the Netflix series. Like Daredevil and Jessica Jones, like first season and stuff, certain ones were good. This one right here was awesome. Spoiler alert. Pause it, turn it off or whatever. Iron Fist is on season 2. And you might be like, Iron Fist sucked anyway. He did. He's better. He's better on this season. Like, they bring him along. Like, he's cooler. His fighting seems better. I think his next season is going to be great. And if his next season is great like I think it will be, I think there is a possibility that they might do the Power Man Iron Fist series. I think they wanted to kind of test it out. But it ends up being great. Like their dynamic together, just those two, as far as like the comic books just in relation to the season and the characters, is great. I love Power Man and Iron Fist together. Yeah, I'm calling him Power Man for this scenario. But I would give it a 10 out of 10, man. Me personally, because I just a Luke Cage stan. And that's from the show, because I wasn't a big fan of comic book, just same as Black Panther. I wasn't a big Black Panther fan in comic books or whatever. But I'm sold on that. Luke Cage is, this second season is dynamic. The flawless. Now everything has flaws, but there aren't a lot. It is very entertaining. I ran through it in 2 days. I watched 8 episodes the first day, and the rest of the episodes, with the calculations, is 5, 6. I finished up the next day. Great. So what are your thoughts on Luke Cage season 2? Are there things that you would have changed? Things that you like, dislike? Like, comment, subscribe. Gonna be the greatest or the most hated. Fuck with your boy. Peace out.